Hello everyone, this is the Southern Hellenic. I'm back with another video. I had this video done. I was going to make it public next month, but Cherry wanted to have a video done about Hecate, so this is a video request from her, so I hope you will enjoy it. So Hecate is one of those Greek deities that have been adopted. I'm not going to say co-opt, adopted, loved, cherished, and nurtured by modern day neo-pagans, especially the aspect of her being the goddess of magic and sorcery and witchcraft and all that wonderful stuff, and her being a Catholic deity, and definitely a deity that is, I would say, more well documented than, say, the goddess Morgan. But that is because a lot of the writing that talks about her survived the Christian purges of ancient knowledge. So, who is the goddess Hecate? Well, ancient sources state that she is the daughter of Perseus, and Austria. I'm probably butchering the names, and I'm truly sorry about that. Sorry. So, no, seriously, I'm sorry. But she was their only daughter. And she has this connection with her parents in the realms of magic. I might go as far as like the night, but I'm not. But I don't have the information in front of me. So, yeah. Hecate, despite her modern day incarnation, is considered a maiden goddess. She did not have children. She had priestesses of her, like Medea and Circe, who I will be talking about in my streaming video after this video. But she actually is considered a maiden goddess. She is a youthful, young-looking goddess. She is not a crone goddess. Now, am I going to attack somebody who views Hecate as a crone goddess? No. But I was actually, there was actually a video I watched maybe about a year and a half ago, which was talking about how it was Aleister Crowley that said she was a crone goddess. There's some people that say it was the church that made her a crone goddess because she was still very popular with the people when Christianity was trying to purge paganism from its numbers, and how they did a wonderful job on that. So Hecate is, now she has a Roman name by the name of Trivia. Now, one of the things the Romans did was they took all of the gods and goddesses and titans and nymphs and stuff like that, and they Romanized them. So Hecate became Trivia. Now, Rick Riordan did a great job on Hecate when she stated, Roman or Greek, I am Hecate. Basically, she did not acknowledge that the Romans had named her Trivia. To her, she was Hecate. Another thing that he did that I found appropriate was, you don't know what she really looks like. So she can take whatever form that she wants. Like, I think it was the form that she was in the books was that she was a young woman in a extremely smart business suit, which I thought was, she's, all business, and she's very, she can show her curves off, but she's all business. So that was interesting take on her. So there are two temples to Hecate. One of them, they're both in places I can't freaking remember how to pronounce the name, or know how to pronounce the name, but she had two temples in Greece, and I think she had one in Turkey. And there is some evidence that all the priests of Hecate were vegetarians, which is, I'm also looking into being a vegetarian, though it's mainly for my health and not for religious reasons. um, and that she had black puppies sacrificed to her. These had to be black with no white. I don't know the purpose behind it. If someone could tell me, I'd really appreciate it. So Hecate there's two known statues of her. One is from the Greek era and the other one's from the Roman era. The Greek era just has a young maid with two torches in her hand. In fact, on Greek pottery, she is depicted as a young maiden with two torches in her hand. This is why a lot of Hellenics get very upset when you see them having, statues of her with three faces. This is actually a Roman creation, not a Greek creation. But there are some neo-pagans that will actually have the Greek version and not the Roman version, though I heard someone say they wish she was bigger. She was a household deity. She was for the protection of the household and also the protection against witchcraft. Surprisingly, against witchcraft. Because there were people out there that would employ, Hermes and Hades and Persephone and Hecate and the ghosts to cause a competitor to lose a fight or cause a business to go under. Competition was fierce back then, it is now. So she was protected against witchcraft, against baneful witchcraft, to be more clear on that. So as a household deity, she was positioned near the exit, near the exit. So typically, for me, for instance, I have a plaque of Hecate that you can put on the wall. When we move into the apartment, I'm actually going to get a shelf and put her on there and put her on the wall, and there will be my shrine to the goddess Hecate. And you would leave an offering to her when you were going out. Another thing was she was the guardian of the crossroads. Now, surprisingly, the crossroads is not what you actually think it is. If you look at how the Greeks set up their grid, a crossroad is when three paths meet. So basically, the crossroad can be the front of your home. I used to give offerings to Hecate in the back of the home. We had an alley that was dark and mysterious and scary, so I'd put it out there. One time I left a cheeseburger. Didn't eat the cheeseburger, but the whole cheeseburger, and I actually watched a guy come by and eat it. I'm like, okay, that was weird, but he ate the cheeseburger because it was food. It was in front of him. He did not take the plate, which I was very happy about. But that was a weird experience. So you leave food out there to Hecate. One woman who she had surgery on her intestines, I think it was a year ago. She did a video where she was basically talking about Hecate and how she was venerated and worshipped in ancient times. And I will give you guys a link to that video down below in the description bar. So if Cherry wants to check that out, it's a live chat. This is back when it was Google Hangouts and not just chat or whatever, or streaming. Let's see what else. The gates, there was an alcove to Hecate, so they put her statue in there. And I do think there might have been a little something to burn incense or to pour out, wine or something like that. I don't know. But she's a very complex goddess. She is, there is no as I said, she's a complex goddess, and I'm trying to simplify this complexity, and I can't. Nothing else. She is considered a Titaness in Greek mythology. She was given domain over the sky and the sea and the underworld, or the sky, the earth, and the underworld, one of the three. This was given to her by Zeus. This was her due. So she retained her power and she was given, she was given the respect by Zeus. She was also involved in a war between, let's see here, it was the giants and the, I don't know who started that one. I don't know if it was Gaia that started. I think Gaia started it. I have to look it up, but I think Gaia started it. And the giants they were up against were the gods opposite. It was Dionysos before he became a god. Now, Dionysos, when the giant war happened, he was not a god. So there was no giant that was his opposite. So basically what I mean by that is they had the ability to bring an Olympian down. Hecate, because she had sided with the Olympians, she had a giant that could bring her down. And there's actually I think it's a vase or a plate that shows her, I think Dionysos is in it, I don't know, burning the giant's eyes or skin, one of the two. But yeah, so she was also involved in that as well. This was all because Gaia was still pissed off that Kronos lost. Though, if you got a son that eats his own children, you might not want to side with him. I don't know, just me. The thought. So anyways, so when I do the video about Hecate and neo-pagans, I'm going to really talk about my own experience with Wiccans who came on. There was a forum about years ago, like when I first got started in Hellenism. It was by Timothy J. Alexander, who no longer practices Hellenism as far as I know of. Of course, he might have died from COVID-19. We don't know. But his forum was very important to me when I was first starting Hellenism, and there actually was a Wiccan that got on there and was trying to debate with us about things. But yeah, so I'm going to end it here. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and until next time, may you be blessed.